Okay, folks, so what we are going to do today is solve the Rubik's Cube. And we're going to try to do this nice and slow. Obviously, this is no speed run, which I'm not a great speed person anyway. My fastest time is probably about 2.5 minutes. So anyway, never going to get it down to 30 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever it is these guys do. I'm not coordinated enough. But anyway, I can show you how to solve it though. It's pretty easy. Once you get it down, you'll be like, man, it's harder to scramble it than it is to solve it. And that's actually true. It's harder to get a good scramble to where it's challenging than to actually solve the cube. Alright, first thing you want to do is this white center. And you want to get the 4 white edges to make a white cross where all the side pieces of that white cross are going to match. That's pretty easy. You can actually eyeball that. If you can't, practice till you can. Get to know your cube a little bit, folks. There's no special moves to that. Just a matter of maneuvering stuff around and lining it up. The easiest thing to do is probably get the pieces on the bottom. But if you can't, you can always bring them up to the side, like that white piece there. First one, it doesn't matter. You can bring it right up. And look, it just happens to be blue with white. The opposite, and what you're going to want to remember if you ever do 4x4x4 cubes, is red, white, and blue. Okay? Because on a 4x4x4, you actually have to solve the middles first, and they're in 4 pieces, so you have to get them in the right place on the cube. So it's always going to be red, white, blue. Of course, the opposite of blue is green. The opposite of red over here is going to be orange. And the opposite of white on the bottom is going to be yellow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and rotate the rest of these up. Also, if you remember that, you can also remember, to put them opposite of each other, and you won't have to keep turning it to check. So, green here, get that moved up. It's going to be opposite of blue. I already know that's going to be in the right spot. Okay, so if I find red, well, there's orange right there. Let's get that opposite of the blue. See, so orange is going to go over here. And there's our red waiting to go as well. So I'll go ahead and get that up there while I'm thinking about it. There's red, opposite of blue. See, then we just need our orange up here. Wherever I lost the orange at. Where's the orange? There it is. Okay. Get the orange up here. Get this turned right. And there you can now see we have a white cross. And each of the edge peaches, green, orange, blue, red, they all match the center. That's important. Okay, once you've done that, you're pretty much done with that side for the moment. You just want to make sure you keep this here, but I'll show you that in a minute. We're going to go to the yellow side. That's pretty much where we're going to work for the rest of the cube, is the yellow side. And what we want to do on the yellow side now is find matches. So see how I got red, blue, white? I want to get another one that's going to be blue on top and red on the side to go with it, which is right over here. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to take this red edge down, get it off of this plane. Okay, so we bring it down, and then we go ahead and rotate the other one around over here, so that when we bring this back up, we now have a match. Okay? So that's simple. Now I've got 2 blue, 2 red, white on the end. Okay? So you're going to want to rotate this now, this top layer, to where I have blue, red, and a blue center. Just like that. Blue, red, blue. Now this side here that's opposite that has nothing to do with the pairs, I'm going to rotate it up. And that brings this white square from the bottom to the side here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it towards where there's no pair again. And what that does is bring these two whites together. So now when I bring this back down, I have a solved corner. Okay? And you always want to make sure your white cross is on the bottom. So if I do this, at the end of that turn, I want to make sure I do that to bring it back. Okay? Very important that this always stays solved the way it was. So we're going to look for another pair now. Here we go. We got red and green and white. And you've got to find the other red and green, which is here. Okay. Well, this is green on top. So we're going to want to make green on top. And you see, when I'm going to rotate this, if I always want to make sure, here's my solved edge, right? So I want to make sure that that solved edge rotates to the bottom. Over here it's not solved, so it doesn't matter. I can bring this up. Okay? But if I was to bring this up and then turn it, I'm going to destroy my solved edge. So you don't want to do that. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. And there's my two greens. I got to get it turned to where they're out of play. Because remember, I have to bring this back. That's the end of every move. So that I keep my cross. Okay? So now I've got to pair up the red sides. And again, this whole slice is open so I can use it. I'm going to bring this red side down to the bottom. Bring the other red side over. And bring it back up. Notice again, down, it came back up. Always end by reversing that first move so that you keep your white cross on the bottom. Okay? And this is in position. We got green, red, green. Okay? It's on the opposite side, but it doesn't matter. Just remember, it's the side that's not a pair that you rotate up. And you have that white right there. Then you turn it in the direction where there's no pair to bring your two whites together. And then, reversing our original move, we bring this back down. And now we have a green and red. We have a red and blue. And sometimes you'll end up having opposite corners come out first, and that's fine. You just have to remember to always rotate your solved edge to the bottom, not to the top. So, now we're going to look for another pair. And we got, what do we got here? We got white, green, and orange. Okay, so we're going to need to find a green and orange. Well, there's a green and orange. We can make it either color we want. So I'm going to go ahead and make it green. We're going to start with this one. And see how turning this up is going to ruin our edge. So I want to make sure I rotate this top layer to an unsolved edge. Okay? That way when I bring this up, and I get it out of the way, and I reverse and bring it back, I haven't destroyed anything. Okay? You always want to have one color or the other facing up. Okay, now here we got our pair, but they're not matched. See, we've got green on top, orange on top, green on the side. You got to get them to where they're turned around the same direction. So again, I'm going to have to turn my top layer so that I don't destroy my finished layers. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that orange to the top, like so. And I have to turn this so that it's out of play. So when I bring this back, now I've got my two with the orange on top. Okay? So now I just got to match them up. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this over here to where I can rotate it down and not destroy any finished edge. We rotate it down and we bring our other edge over and we rotate it back up, maintaining our white cross, not destroying any edges. And now we just got to get orange, green, orange. So we rotate the top layer till we have that. And we're going to work with the side over here where there's no completed pair. Bring that up. Making sure that when we do that, but we don't have to worry about that. Okay, we're just going to bring it up. And then we're going to turn this in the direction that there's no pair. So it's going to be clockwise. And we bring it back down. And we always reverse. And there we have now 3 completed corners. That leaves us one edge to work with now. So we're going to have to make sure we rotate everything so that this is the edge that comes up to the top layer. And our last pair is going to be orange and blue and white. And there's the other orange and blues on top. So I'm going to go ahead and get this turned around so that I can bring my unfinished edge up. And I can bring my blue to the top. We're going to move it up, get it out of the way, move it back. Now I got my 2 blues. Now I'm just going to match those up. And I'm going to have to arrange it so that, there we go, so that when we rotate this orange down, we're going to bring this unfinished edge up. So we're going to bring that orange down, turn this around, bring the other orange, bring it back up, and there we have a pair. Our last pair. Okay, and this needs to be blue, orange, blue. So I'm going to turn this around until it matches. We're going to bring up the side where there's no pair. Up. There's your white square. Going to turn this in the direction that there's no pair. Matching the 2 whites. And bring this back down to complete our move. And you see now we have the first 2 layers complete. Okay. So your next step is going to be trying to make a yellow cross on the top. Okay. And you're going to get this, you're either going to get just this middle square by itself and not have this or a line or already have a cross. It'll just be this, in which case you just do this move with the cube in any orientation you want. Okay, and that will bring you to this. Okay, this is like an L shape. See the L? It's like a backwards L. That's what you're looking for. Okay, and you want it facing you just like that, with the backwards L on top, cubes facing you like this. Okay, you're going to go ahead and take and turn this clockwise, bringing this white edge up to the left. And then it's just going to be a matter of going up, clockwise, down, counterclockwise. And you see now we have a bar. And we still have our white edge, which you could turn back down and turn it back up, but it's kind of a waste. So we're going to repeat that move now to get across. Okay? Up, clockwise, down, counterclockwise. Then you're going to bring your white edge back down to the bottom. And you see, you got a cross. It doesn't matter what this is or these are, it's just this cross that matters. And the next thing you're going to do is make sure these edges, just like we did with the white side, match up. And, oh good, this came up this way. If it comes up where your blue or your red and its opposite color are matched up, you're pretty much screwed. It's either going to come out perfect or it's going to look like this, in which case you're going to have to do this move once. You're actually going to have to do this move twice to get it correct. Okay? Because what you really want to see is all of them in the right spot or 2 adjacent sides in the right spot. But here's the move, folks. It's real easy. you're going to go up, clockwise, down, clockwise, up, clockwise twice to bring the white back over here, and then down. Now what this will have done, and then clockwise again, what this will have done is it should match up at least two sides now. You may have to turn it. There we go. See, we got green and red now matched, whereas orange and blue are not. So you're going to want to get this cube rotated facing you like it is here to where the one solved side's in the back and the other solved side's on your right. Okay? Then you're going to repeat the same move. You're going to go up, clockwise, down, clockwise, up, clockwise twice, down, clockwise. Okay? And that has all your edges now just where they're supposed to be. And you still have your yellow cross. And of course, all the rest of the cube, you haven't really messed with it. So that gets you to your last stage, folks. And the last stage, you're going to want to find at least one corner piece that's where it belongs. It does not have to be rotated right. It just has to be where it belongs, like this one, for example. Okay, you've got blue, blue, orange, yellow. Yellow, orange, blue. So it's in the right spot. Okay? If you have none that are in the right spot, then you're going to have to do this move once to get one in the right spot. And if you don't, or if you do, then you will have to do this move up to 2 times to get them rotated to where all 4 of these corners are where they're supposed to be. Okay? So the move consists of turn the top slice clockwise, then this side up, the top slice counterclockwise, the other side up, oops, don't go spinning off on me, then the top side clockwise, this side down, top side counterclockwise, this side down. Okay, and that still is going to be in the same spot, but the others will have changed, and as you can see, they're still not where they belong. So we're going to have to do this one more time. Okay, so it's the top side clockwise, this side up. See, I have 3 things. Then we go counterclockwise and up. See how we have 3 things again? Clockwise, and it brings 3 back. Down, and counterclockwise, it brings 3 back, down. And now all of our corners, see, green, orange, yellow, they're in the proper position. They're not rotated right, but they're in their proper position. Okay? The next step is to rotate them correctly, and that is get the iPad to stay in place. There we go. Okay, so the last step is to get all these rotated. And if you have a solved one, then ignore it. You want to get your first cube, though, that you're starting with. Has to be in this upper right corner, just like your solved corner on the last move was in your upper right corner. Same here, upper right corner, as it faces you, as you're seeing it here. And it's just a matter of going down, and your bottom layer is now going to turn, I guess they're going to call this counterclockwise. Then you come up, and your bottom layer turns back the other way. And you just keep repeating that until you get yellow on the top. Over and over. And you just keep going. Keep going. And it's very important to remember to always complete this bottom move. Okay? And there we got our yellow where it belongs. Okay? So now we're going to move just the top layer, and it has to be counterclockwise until the next corner is in place, in that upper right corner. And then we're just going to repeat the move. The same move. Down, over, up, back. And keep doing it. Down, over, up, back. Until our next cube's in the right place. Yellow's on top, screen. See, it matches, it matches. Then we're going to turn it one more time, counterclockwise, to get the next cube, just the top layer. And repeat. Down, over, up, back. Down, over, up, back. Until that cube is lined up. Don't have to be matching here, it just has to be on the two edges and the top in the right rotation. And we're going to do that again. Top layer, counterclockwise till that corner, and do it again. Down, over, up, back. Down, over, up, back. Down, over, up, back. Down, over, up, back. Hey, look. They're all in spot. All you got to do now is turn that top layer, and your cube is solved. So folks, hopefully that helped you. I did that slow, and hopefully that was instructional for you. You can just follow along with the video, back it up, or whatever you need to do. You should be able to solve your cube. Alright,